Welcome to a special behind the scenes video of the Coronation vlog. If you've seen the Coronation vlog already, then you guys will know that a lot of work went into making the vlog. It's one of those videos which I planned in my head and I told myself that I wasn't going to take much work at all to put together. But when it came to filming and editing the thing, I completely underestimated just how much work it would take. And a little bit ways into filming the thing, I thought, you know what? I'm going to make a behind the scenes video of this video. So, that is what you're watching now. In this video, I'm going to show you some outtakes. Back when, oh god, there it is. I hate forgetting my lines, especially when I've got a time limit because the king gets crowned in only about 45 minutes, so I need to hurry. I'm going to show you how I put together the montage at the start of the video. Sorry guys, there was a better image on there, but you're just going to have to make do with that. Got to find a place to put this. I'm just going to sit it here. So yeah, guess what we're going to do with a spoon, guys? Of course we're going to stick some coronation decorations on it. The things I do for you guys. And of course, the boat montage, which was one of the hardest to film. Well, it's getting dark outside now. So I'm going to set my phone to record. There we go, it's recording. Hello? Anybody there? I'm going to show you some deleted scenes like this one. Some stuff that I filmed which sadly never made it into the video. Oh. And of course this deleted scene, which is a little bit crazy. What the hell? Why does it sound like there's someone getting murdered outside? And I've got it on camera as well. And of course guys, some outtakes from this very video which I'm filming here. So hurry up because it's actually recording now. It's in the middle of recording. Leicester creaking as well. Are you for real? I thought, why not add them as well? Since it's a behind the scenes video, I'll just shove all of the behind the scenes stuff in the video, including some behind the scenes of the behind the scenes, and some bonus behind the scenes photos and videos as well. Why not? For you guys who love behind the scenes footage stuff, this is the video for you. So grab some popcorn, grab some snacks, grab a scone because this is a coronation behind the scenes vlog, and even though this video is behind the scenes stuff, it's still very British. Oh yeah guys, and before I move on with the video, please watch the original video because yeah, it did take a lot of work, which you'll see in this behind the scenes video. And yeah guys, let's get on with the video. Behind the scenes, let's go. Flagging. It's all about the shot. Even though it's raining, I'm still chugging along. Trying my best to get as much footage as possible. It's a bit difficult though because it's keep raining on and off. What a day. So guys, first up is of course the intro montage. First thing was first, I had to go and pick up some supplies for this video because no montage like this would be complete without some British flags and stuff. So I went out to my local shopping centre, I went to a few different shops and picked up a few bits and bobs, and yeah, that was my shopping trip all done and dusted, and I have to say that looks like a pretty awesome British flag haul if I do say so myself. Oh yeah, and don't forget the cakes. The blue ones in particular are important to this video of course. I decided I would film this montage around the Cramlet and Spoon area and all the surrounding woodlands because I know it's a very scenic place and I just thought it would be the perfect place to film this. So yeah, that's where I did most of the filming. And of course for the bit where I find the magical cake in the trees, that was filmed not far from the spoon in a random clearing that I found. I thought it was the perfect filming location.
And of course it was no smooth sailing, it was raining on and off, and I found it pretty difficult to film. You'll hear us talking about how difficult it was to film a little bit later in this video. So guys, deleted scene time. Originally I had planned to film myself walking through the trees carrying an old map. I was going to film a couple of over the shoulder shots of us holding this map. Obviously I'm not holding a mobile phone like in this video. I just put this video on as an example of what kind of shots I was going to film. And I was going to walk around carrying this map, looking at it every 5 seconds to see if I was going the right way and stuff. I had this idea all planned out in my head. So I basically filmed myself at a table. I did a time lapse of us drawing the map. Everything was going well, the map looked epic. I was copying an old English font I found on my phone as a reference. Basically, you draw something on some paper and you put it in the oven for a while and it comes out kind of brown and old looking. But in my wisdom, I kind of took things too far. I brewed a coffee and I tried to put some coffee stains on the map to make it look even more older. I put it in the oven expecting it to come out amazing, and when I pulled it out, it basically looked like this.
Oh, this has ruined this. I shouldn't have put coffee on it because I put coffee out that. Can't say anything. What a shame. I've just done about 20 minutes of filling and just scrapped the whole lot. Honestly, everything's going wrong today.
Yep, after all of that work making and designing a map and it coming out like that, I think you guys will be disappointed too. I should have really looked at a proper tutorial on how to make a really authentic old looking map online, or I should have just stick to putting it in the oven without putting the coffee stains on, but I just wanted to get it as authentic looking as I possibly could. Next time I'll know to do my research and to do it properly instead of just guessing how old maps are made. At least you guys can see I attempted something. I attempted to make this old map and it was a bit of a flop. But yeah, maybe in a future video, if there's a video that requires an old looking map, I'll revisit the idea and I'll do it properly. So yeah, now that we're finished talking about that deleted scene, we're going to move on to physical Richard, not voiceover Richard. So yeah guys, without further ado, let's go off into the trees to see some more behind the scenes stuff.
So, I've came to this woodland area, not far from the Cramlet and Spoon. This lovely little area here is going to be where I'm going to film this British flag sequence. And it's pretty secluded. I didn't want to film it anywhere where there was people because obviously I would probably get some funny looks. And yeah, it's been raining as you can tell. Here's a little tip for you guys. Before you go out to film anything, make sure you check the weather forecast first, because I didn't check the weather forecast and I got all my gear prepared, all of the flags prepared, and of course I haven't got anything to cover my camera to stop the rain getting on it, so I've had to clean the lens about 20 times during the filming of this intro sequence. It's been an absolute nightmare. My camera gear's got wet, my bags got wet, my coats got wet, my t-shirts got wet, even my trousers have got wet. But of course I've soldiered on and I've filmed this intro sequence anyway. The things I do for you guys: I go hiking through the woods, getting stabbed by prickles, stabbed by tree branches, I step in puddles, get my feet wet, I get all my camera gear wet, all for the sake of a YouTube video. Anyway, enough rambling on. I'm going to show you how I filmed this crazy cake sequence in the trees. So yeah, let's go. And let's hope it doesn't rain again, cause that'll be so annoying. It's probably going to rain. Famous last words. Anyway, let's go. Time-lapse mode. Oh yeah guys, and if you're wondering what I stored the cake in, I stored it in this curver box. I sellotaped it to the side hoping that it would stay in place. So you can see there, that's where it sat. And I was hoping the sellotape would stop it from rolling around the box, but I guess that hasn't worked. It's rolled around the box anyway. I've got no idea where the little dobber thing on top of it is gone. Oh wait. It's stuck to the inside. It was like a little crown thing that was meant to go on top of the cake, but I tried, guys, but it's kind of failed. I don't know if I can salvage this. I'll try. Oh man. Oh. Ah. That's all that's left. Damn it. I might have to do like a little makeshift Union Jack thing using grass. I'm not going to eat the grass, of course, but I need to get it looking like at least a little bit like a cake for the video. So put a blade of grass on there like that, and then this is such a bodge job, and a little blade of grass like that in there. That's my makeshift Union Jack. It looks more like a Jesus cross. Hold on, I'll move that along a bit. Makeshift Union Jack with grass. Sorry guys, there was a better image on there, but you're just going to have to make do with that. I'm actually really glad I have a cake with his because I'm absolutely starving now. Filming for hours and hours in the rain certainly wakes up an appetite, and I've got a cake with his, so that cake should hopefully fill us up until I get home. What an absolute filming nightmare this is turning out to be. I really hope you guys enjoy the effort I've put into this video, because believe me, I've put a lot of effort into it. Whew. Anyway, let's get back to setting up this crazy British contraption behind us. You can already see that I've got a flag up and a few flags there, so I'm going to continue. Let's go! Now, of course, all that's left is this really random cake. I've got to find a place to put this. And I had the idea of putting it in this little tree crevice here. There's some DIY gone in here. Ow. Spiky. I'm just going to sit it here. Yeah guys, this is my brainchild. I've hung a load of coronation decorations onto a bunch of trees in the middle of nowhere. But you know me, that's what I do on this channel. I do random videos. There's a path up there. Luckily nobody's passed. If they look this way, they'll be like, what the hell's going on down there? Coronation party in the forest or something? No, it's just me filming videos. I haven't got any coronation food for you guys. I'm sorry. I'm just filming videos. That's all I'm doing. Filming videos. And yeah, before you Karens say anything... Karens. Well, I don't know. There might be some Karens watching my videos. Anyway, before you guys say anything, yeah, I know cakes don't grow in the wild. Cakes don't go out of tree crevices, but it's all make-believe. It's all for the intro. I just thought I'd clear that up, even though there's probably no point in clearing that up. And, oh God, it's starting to rain. So yeah, I better hurry and get this thing filmed. And the camera's going to run out of battery soon, so yeah, signing out.
Yep, as you've guessed it, this was one of the most complicated things I've probably ever edited. I don't even know where to start with explaining this one. Basically, I went into video effects and I moved it around a bit. Just microscopic movements, and as I went along I built it up so the movements were a little bit more crazy. And yeah, this was painstaking. A lot of these were just me grabbing a whole lot, copying and pasting them, so they would just be repeated. But a lot of them I had to do manually, so as you can imagine, it took a long time. I mean, there's probably hundreds of these movements in here. And yeah, looks pretty good. Your graphics card's struggling. And for the magic particle effects, I basically use some green screen transitions I got off YouTube. That's where I pretty much get all of my green screen stuff. There's a lot of different effects going on here. I'm not going to explain every single one because it's very complicated. This is the single most complicated thing I've ever edited here, so explaining it is a bit difficult. Even I don't know what's going on here, and I'm the one who edited it. So yeah, it started off with this green screen effect here, and I basically put a mask on and circle effect, so it looked like that. So the next effect I put on is picture in picture, so then I can basically move it around freely and choose where I want to put it. Chroma key obviously gets rid of the green, so now it's a nice movable effect. With a colour corrector, just to change the colour. HSL just changes the hue, so you can go like this and just change it easily to what colour you want. And yeah, I basically put a few of these around, as you can see, these little microscopic explosions. And I changed the colour with the HSL adjust of each one. There's another green screen effect. That's what it looks like originally, and I've got rid of the black and changed the colour so you can see it a bit better. Glitter explosion, that's what it looks like originally, then edited. See, there's lots of different things going on, lots of different special effects. Even that glow around this was done using a transition. That's the transition there, and I changed the brightness so that it would stand out. There's like 5 or 6 different things going on here. Like, I don't even know how to explain it all. Look at all the sound effects going on. I put so many sound effects in this, it's crazy. Got the earthquake, that sound, and that earthquake sound. That's basically 2 different earthquake sounds overlaid with each other. Some glitter sounds. And yeah guys, that's a brief overview of how I edited that. I don't really know how to explain it properly because there's just so much going on, but I hope the explanation I give you is good enough. I mean, it takes years of practice to do stuff like this in Vegas. Here's another complicated scene. I've got the Union Jack on top of Earth. Basically, it's just a video of a Union Jack. I started like this, then I went to picture in picture, and I moved it over the Earth. I made sure it was on top of Earth and that none of Earth's edges was sticking out the ends. And then I went to cookie cutter. I did a circle and I made sure it was the exact same size of Earth. Well, as close as I could get it. I put a tiny bit feather on like this, just so if there was any edges that I missed, the feather would kind of mask them a little bit. And yeah, basically the flag will be moving across the Earth like this. You can see it's a widescreen video, so if you click these little buttons here, you can animate effects. So basically what I did is I went to that, and I put a keyframe over there, and I basically dragged it along, so that it would move across Earth like so. It's quite complicated, I'm just giving you an example of how I did it. Then to make it transparent on top of Earth, obviously that doesn't look very good, so I put it on its very own layer. Basically the effect I'm about to do affects everything on the same video track, so I have to put this clip on its own video track. I basically click these 3 dots here, I go to composite mode, and I click any of these. I chose add because I think it looked the best. Yeah, it basically changes how the video looks if it's on top of another video. So if it's transparent, it'll make some videos look lighter on top of a video or darker on top of a video. Kinda like that, but then it darkens everything around it. Or something like that. But that just darkens all of the colours and just leaves blacks. Yeah, I think you get the drift. It just does weird effects to the videos on that track. And if you're overlaying it on top of anything else, it'll make it look quite unusual. And of course, the music is just Rule Britannia. I added some reverb onto it to make it sound atmospheric, just like it was playing in space. I've got, of course, some rumbling sounds and some magical sounds on top of there, just to complete the atmosphere. Yep, very complicated stuff, yeah. I think this thing here with the Earth on top of the earthquake scene took about 7 hours to do in total. 7 hours for 1 minute of footage. Like, guys, I'm crazy. 1 minute of footage, 7 hours. It has to be the record for the most time I've spent on part of a video. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it for the editing. All the rest is pretty standard, just cutting and pasting, a couple of bits of text here and there. And yeah guys, that's it for editing for now. Let's get back to the behind the scenes. Woohoo!
Well, that's it guys, it's a wrap. I've finished filming. I'm going to put all this stuff away now and head home before the sun sets. So yeah guys, woo! Coronation!
Of course, my filming wasn't quite over yet because I had one more location I wanted to film at, and of course that was the Cramlet and Spoon.
So I've came to the Cramlet and Spoon. I'm vlogging on my phone now because my camera battery decided to die. So unfortunately I'm going to have to film this bit of the vlog on my phone, but my phone shoots good quality video. It shoots in 4K, so it should be good enough. So yeah, guess what we're going to do with the spoon, guys? Of course we're going to stick some coronation decorations on it and film myself walking past it, of course. And yeah, this is the last scene I'm filming, that's why the sun's setting behind us. I'll just brighten it up when I edit the video so it looks like daytime, because that's the power of editing. Would you believe, guys, that it's actually stopped raining now? It rained all through the filming of all the walking scenes I did, and now that I've got to the spoon, it stopped raining. Oh, God. Honestly, Mother Nature, if you're listening right now, you need to behave yourself, because I'm trying to vlog. So stop raining. I doubt Mother Nature's listening. If Mother Nature is listening, then I'll eat me heart. So yeah, without further ado, let's decorate this lovely spoon. There we go, guys. Moment of truth. Yeah!
Whoops!
It's a wrap, guys. It's a wrap.
What am I doing with my life? This is just mad.
So, after waking up after a good night's sleep, it was finally the 6th of May, the day of the King's Coronation. I don't really have much behind the scenes footage to show you from this day, but a few outtakes which I'll be including later in the video. That day was a very, very hot and tiring one, as you guys probably remember us mentioning back in the video. After a full day's filming and being in the heat, I did crack open a bottle of Buck's Fizz that I had bought especially for the coronation day, and I filmed this random slow-mo video of us opening the bottle too. Yep, that was a satisfying pop sound. Cheers to you guys who are watching this video. Anyway, moving on to the next behind the scenes clip. We've got the crazy Sam Fender field dancing montage, which I quite conveniently overlaid with the video of the woman singing the same song. Yeah, I just pretty much saw her singing and randomly came up with this idea in my head to go along with it, you know, as you do. Of course I had to film this montage on the same field as the street party was held on. Not just for continuity reasons, but it's a pretty awesome filming location as well. And I decided on this little area at the back to set me tripod up, mainly because it was away from people and I could be as stupid as I wanted without getting funny looks. I guess you guys are wondering how I put the montage together. Well, this is the funny part. Bluetooth speaker at the ready. And I arm myself with a grin, 'cause I was always the joke. So, if you haven't somehow guessed by the footage you've seen already, I got the song on YouTube and put it through my Bluetooth speaker in the middle of the field, and I slowed it down. The plan was, as you can see, to dance slowly to the slow music, and then when it came to editing, I sped the clips up and synced it to the original song, so I would be dancing to the music. It was a bit of hard work to put together, as you can imagine editing things like that isn't easy. You have to look at the waveforms of the audio and match the audio up as perfectly as you can to the original song. I didn't match all of the dancing up to the music, as you can see. But when you're editing, there's no right or wrong way. It's mainly improvisation and, of course, a lot of hard work. On that note, let's give you some behind the scenes Sam Fender randomness before we move on to the next part of this video. Here we go!
LOL!
Whoops! Up, what's going on here? Oh, of course, I've got a chocomel. Ah, yes. No crazy montage sequence is complete unless there's a drink at the end. So, with that out the way, next up we've got the final behind the scenes on this video. And of course, I've saved the best till last. While I was filming the coronation, I pretty much had this idea going on in my head at the same time, and I just had to get out there and film it. I didn't really know at the time how I was going to do it, but I just knew that I had to do it. Once I get an idea like that in my head, I can't not film it. That's just how me and YouTube videos go. I was originally going to make the boat using an egg carton, but I thought an egg carton will just sink, it'll soak up the water and sink in the water, so that's probably not a good thing to use. Eventually I decided on a little Tupperware box, and if you will, a little knickknacks. And my original plan was to film this the day after the coronation, but as usual I grossly underestimated how long it would take. I thought it would take 1 day, it took 3 days in total to film, and I spent another 3 days after that filming some last minute shots that I had forgot to film. So in total it took about 6 days to film. It was seriously a lot of hard work. I had to wade through the stream in just me trainers, and me trainers stunk and were very dirty afterwards, so I had to wash them in the bath and let them dry. So that took some time up in between takes. A couple of other little filming challenges and technical difficulties came up while filming. It was just generally an absolute pain in the backside to film. A lot of hard work, put it that way. Despite all of that hard work, it was a lot of fun to film and put together. It wasn't all bad. And yeah, anyway, enough talking about it. You've waited patiently. I guess I'll let the video footage speak for itself. Let's go behind the scenes of the boat montage. Yeah! So, with the boat's construction out of the way, there was only one thing left to do, and that was the float test. Will it float or will it sink? We shall find out. Well, it looks like we have a success! Yeah! That looks pretty good to me. And now to test the lights.
Oh my god, how awesome does this look? Whoa, look at that. There's the light inside the thing, shining down on the water. That's gonna look awesome. I'm guessing you've seen the coronation vlog now, so you've probably got a good idea what it looks like, but seeing it in the bath looks pretty amazing. Look at that. So guys, here I am at the stream. I'm about to launch the boat that I made into the stream, and I've just literally seen, I think, what looks like an otter cross the stream over there and go into the bushes. I was hoping to get it on camera, but I pressed record too late. That would have been pretty cool. As you can see, the stream's running fairly fast. I mean, it's not mega fast, but it's just the right speed for us to control where the boat goes and make sure it doesn't drift off. I've also got this extra roll of sellotape just in case I need to do any repairs to the boat. If you guys are wondering how I keep control of the boat and make sure it doesn't drift off, that's where the string comes into play.
So, the plan was to tape the string to the bottom end of the container, like so. Then after taking a quick glance at how fast the water was flowing, I decided I didn't really trust the tape on the bottom, so I went back to the drawing board and I decided to tie it around the boat instead with a few bits of tape. Yeah, I basically tied a couple of knots around the bottom and the top just to secure it in place. It was now time to test it to see if it worked. The whole point of the string in the first place was to stop us from having to wade through the water after the boat. I thought if I caught it with a string instead, I could just reel it back in. I had to test it, so that's what I did, and yeah, it didn't exactly look great, but it worked. It kinda looked like I was walking a dog through the water, but I don't know. I kinda had my doubts, but I soldiered on anyway. My next plan of action was to tie that string to another piece of string. I left about 10 meters of the string and then I cut it again. The plan was to tie the string tightly around whatever tree branch I could find, like so. This was to stop the boat drifting off if I didn't manage to catch it in time. Hopefully it would tug on the tree branch and it would stay in place and I would be able to reel it back in. That was the plan. But as I filmed my first shot using the string, it quickly became apparent that the string idea was just not going to work. I was hoping the string would sink underwater so you wouldn't see it, but as you can see, that just wasn't going to happen. The string was clearly visible, even with all the leeway I give it, and yeah, the boat just didn't look great. That current was stronger than I thought. I thought the string was going to snap off, but thank God it held. I did some careful reconsideration and I kind of decided that I was going to scrap the string idea. Yes, I had worked hard on it. I tied it around the boat, I tied it to trees. I thought it would be a great idea, but I kind of thought the only way I was going to do this properly is to just do it the old-fashioned way and wade through the water and catch it. So yeah, with all that kerfuffle out the way, I was ready to film this thing properly. Without string, sadly, of course, but yeah. It all worked out in the end anyway, as you guys know, because I'm sure you've seen the coronation video. Anyway, let's go behind the scenes of the boat montage.
Oh my gosh!
The boat got stuck many times, as you can see from this footage. I had to keep going back and pushing it out back into the water. I knew I wasn't going to get a straight shot of it going through the stream, but that's where video editing comes in handy. This would have probably worked out an awesome shot if it wasn't for the fact that I got stuck on some grass right where I threw the thing in. I guess the only way I was going to retrieve this boat is to wade through the stream. I mean, I could have went back to the bridge, but jumping off that wall into the stream didn't seem like a good idea, so through the stream it was. Unfortunately, I didn't get it on camera. I stopped recording before I went in. I got very wet pants after filming that, but at least I got the boat back. Dropping the boat off the bridge was a quick and easy way to get the boat into the water, but I did end up losing a few stars off of the boat by doing so. I did try my best to tape them on for the rest of the filming, but with great difficulty. I did manage to get the rest of the filming done, but yeah, I had to keep taping the stars back on in between every single scene, because to me continuity is important. So, last little bit of editing behind the scenes of this video, and there is kind of an outtake on this video, but I'll also be including it in the outtakes as well. So, the video clip we're going to be taking a look at is of course this one right here. So yeah, there's basically two clips here. If we turn the opacity down of this one, you'll see that, yeah, that's not the original background. Yeah, this guy up here was pretty much watching us film. I didn't even notice at the time because I was busy trying to chase after the boat. But yeah, I guess he was walking and he looked to his left and noticed that there was a camera. He's probably thinking, what the hell is that doing there? But yeah, there was no way I could stand up there and control where the boat went at the same time. So that's why I decided to do this in two parts. I put the second clip on top of that clip. And as you can see here, I've put another mask down. Now, if I take all the effects off here, you'll see that the original footage doesn't line up properly. I basically used this picture-in-picture thing to line up the footage. I think how I originally done it was I turned the opacity halfway. So I basically moved it around like this. I dropped it where I thought it lined up. And then I grabbed the corner points like this and I tried to line them up as best as I could. This is just a rough example. Compared the two videos, thought that they lined up quite well. Then of course I needed to match the lighting, so I stuck this effect levels on and I messed around with that until I thought it looked similar. That's the closest I could get to it looking the same. Obviously the lighting was slightly different in the second clip because the sun position had moved, but in the end it wasn't too noticeable. And then finally I needed to cut me out of there and stick it on the original footage, so I went to the square tool, I selected me like that. I needed to make sure he wasn't visible in the background, so I went to the start of the video and found where he was standing at the start, and I dragged the thing over just enough to cover him. I didn't want to drag too far over because then there was more risk of the clip not looking like it lined up if the trees were swaying in different directions and stuff. And then you can kind of see the outline of it there, and I didn't want that, so then I added a feather to it. I clicked out and added some feather to it. Just enough until it looked like it was pretty much the same video. Can you guys tell that this is a stitch of two videos? I bet you can't. I can't. It does look slightly brighter there, but that could just be because the sunlight's shining on it. If you see the original clip, there's not really much difference in the two clips. I just did it enough so that it looked like it wasn't two separate clips. If I took these effects off, you can notice that there's something a little bit wrong. So that's why it's good to mess around until you've got something that looks as close to the original as possible. And yeah. 2 separate clips made into 1 clip. Pretty cool. So yeah, this is the last editing behind the scenes in this video. The rest of the editing for the boat montage was pretty generic. Just time stretching and adding transitions here and there. Stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, let's crack on with the video.
Well, it's getting dark outside now. And I've probably only got about 1.5 hours of light left, so I'm going to get the night shots done as quick as possible. I wanted to show you this little filming contraption I made. I'm using my old phone for this just in case it malfunctions. I don't want to lose my phone that I use all the time. I won't mind as much if my old phone gets broken in the process. Basically, I got this hack to film underwater from YouTube. It's a Tupperware box. I've taped my phone to the inside of the lid. The camera's just there, and I've tested it out. I've tested it in water and it's pretty good. So basically I'm going to put the lid on and I'm going to put it under the water with the camera facing upwards, and I'm going to film the boat from underneath. I just thought it would be a cool little cinematic shot to add to the video, even though it's probably going to be about 4 or 5 seconds long, but every single shot is worth it, because the more amazing shots I add to this video, the more awesome the video will be, even though it's very hard work. This has been really hard work to film, and I've still got all the night shots to do. So it is now night time, it's getting dark now, and I'm about to film the night shots with my boat. Now these shots are going to be a bit difficult to film because it's pretty dark and I can't really see what I'm doing. I do have this torch, but even so, there's still going to be difficult shots to film. I've decided since these shots are going to be so difficult to film, I'm going to pretty much film them all in the same place. I mean, nobody will really be able to tell because it's so dark. I'm pretty much going to use the same filming tactic for these shots. I'm just going to put the boat in the water and set the camera up. And yeah, hopefully it shouldn't be too hard. Hello? Anybody there? Anybody there? This is spooky, guys. Why am I filming in the dark woods in the middle of the night? This is pretty creepy. It's all for you guys. I'm sacrificing my life for my viewers here. Well, not quite, but you know, something like that. So I'm going to set my phone to record. There we go, it's recording. And I've put this little bit of tissue at the bottom of the box just to catch any moisture that might leak inside the box, because I don't know if it will leak or not. So if it does leak, then at least it's got an extra safety precaution. Come on, sellotape, hold. Come on, sellotape, hold. Please hold. Let's hope it holds. I've got this dumbbell here. I don't know if you can see it because it's getting dark, and that's how I'm going to weigh it down, because when I tested it before, it sank to the bottom of the sink. So I need something to weigh it down. Might have to dunk my leg in water here. Gotta be quick here. Come on. I hope this shot looks good. Okay, that should do.
So, if you may or may not have guessed already, this shot ended up being a shot that I unfortunately had to scrap. Even though I went through great lengths to get this shot, the shot didn't turn out right. Yeah, unfortunately I was leaning over the camera, which was a stupid thing to do. But thankfully I've included the shot in the behind the scenes video, and you guys can watch it in its full glory. Here we go.
Yep.
So, because I opted to film the night shots all pretty much in the same place, the rest of the filming was surprisingly pretty smooth sailing. It only took 2.5 hours to film all of the night shots, whereas it took a few days to do the daytime shots. I think because it was the middle of the night and I didn't want to draw too much attention, I tried to get the shots done as quick as I possibly could. Because of the limited visibility, some shots went a little bit wrong, like this one. I didn't put the lid on properly, and yeah, we kinda had a Titanic situation and the boat sank. Luckily the lights were still working even though the boat was underwater. I was of course very relieved because without those lights I wouldn't have had a video, so I was saved by the gods of boat montage videos.
Thanks for joining, guys. I really appreciate if you could tap the screen. I really want to get these likes up. This is my first live tonight.
One eternity later.
This is a version of the boat I've just put together. I've filmed with this all day, so the boat's looking a bit wrecked right now, but I've basically sellotaped this lid a little bit hanging off. That flags fell down, but it doesn't matter because it doesn't really show on the camera. I've put the little tripod inside there with my phone on. My front camera films in a wider aspect ratio than my back camera, so I've decided to use the front camera of my phone to film this shot. And I'm basically going to pull it along the water with this string here. And I'm going to reverse the footage in my editing software so it looks like the boat's going forward rather than backwards, because if I pull it, obviously the boat will go backwards. All I have to do is reverse it so it looks like it's going forward. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the second light. This light fell off in the middle of recording the last few bits of my last time-lapse footage, so I'm just going to put it face down like that. I mean, it'll still work the same. I think the sellotape gave up. Got the camera set to record here, and I think we're good to go. Just got to put it in the water now. Make sure the string's out first. That wasn't meant to happen. Plan B. Oh no. Okay, plan B, guys. We're just going to film it handheld, because as you can see, the worst just came to worst. Yeah, guys, that was an absolute failure. And yeah, I'm just using my phone to light my face because I'm in a bit of a pickle right now. I've got my hands drenched, my feet drenched, my entire clothing drenched. My phone went underwater, which is really bad. I'm going to have to dry it out overnight. At least I got some form of the shot. Some form of the shot is better than no shot at all.
So, that's it for the behind the scenes footage. Yes, I really went out with a bang with that last shot. Or it could have been a bang since electricity was involved. Sadly, I did lose my power bank when filming that shot. The power bank went underwater and it stopped working. So since then, I've had to buy a new power bank, but yeah, rest in peace, old power bank. The amount of equipment I've destroyed filming videos is ridiculous. I've kind of lost count now, but yes, that power bank hit a watery grave. But I guess that's what happens when you film videos. We're getting in here at the end of the video now, but we're not quite finished yet. We've got none other than the outtakes. Woohoo!
Today is a special day. It's the Kings So yeah, guys, today's going to be pretty random. Back when the Jubilee, that same church I went to, back when, oh God, here there's, I hate forgetting my lines, especially when I've got a time limit because the king gets crowned in only about 45 minutes, so I need to hurry.
Do you take me to be your lawfully wedded wife? Yes, I do. Here's your party ring. Way! We're gonna have a party! Way! yeah.
But yeah, I gave the kids. Noisy dog. So guys, we've almost came to the end of the... So a plane decides to go over just as I start filming. Typical. That's what happens when you live not far from an airport. So yeah guys, that's a bit of info of how I got the boat scenes to work out.
Huh?
People behind us. I'm pretty low down though, so I don't think they'll see us. And I'm pretty much, I've decided since these, pretty much all the shots, pretty much all the I mean it's dark so nobody, I mean it's dark so nobody, I mean it's dark so nobody will be, I mean it's dark so nobody will be, I mean it's dark so nobody, come on man, don't want to forget my lines, it's getting too dark to film. But when it came to filming it took way more work to film. But when it came to filming it took way more work. But when it came to filming it took way more work to film. I completely underestimated. In this video I'm gonna show you how I put together the montage at this. I'm gonna show you how to put the montage. I'm gonna show you how to. Oh. I'm in the film, so you're gonna have to go upstairs. So hurry up because it's actually recording now. Is it in the middle of recording? It'll clog videos, file space up. I'll only be 5 minutes, I'm gonna need it at the end. Close the door. Bless the creaking as well. Mom! Are you for real? Shh! Been sitting here for a while. Oh yeah, guys. Oh yeah, guys. I decided. The lights went off. This, I really am waving my weight. I really am waving my weight. Oh come on. I really am waving my flag. I really am waving my weight. Oh, don't get me legs. I really am waving my weight flag. Filming sure does make you thirsty, guys. God save the king. King Richard. King Richard of Richie's Vlogs.
So, I was vlogging away peacefully, totally unaware that something crazy was about to happen. I was just literally finishing up vlogging, I was just about to put the camera away, when this happened.
What the hell? Why does it sound like there's someone getting murdered outside? And I've got it on camera as well. What the hell? What's going on outside? Hold on guys, I'm going to check what's going on outside. What the hell? It sounds like someone's getting murdered. That's a scary thing to hear when filming. I'm just sitting here filming and I can hear someone screaming at absolute murder outside. And a load of thumping and banging, that's... What on earth? Guys, this is creepy. This is not...
So, after hurriedly turning my camera off, I ran upstairs into the bedroom. I turned the light on so no one would see us, and I looked out the window. My mum by this point was alerted by all the commotion outside as well, so she joined us. And about 10 metres down the street there was a big group of about 10 people. It looks like it was a mix of different households on the street. But the girl who was making all the noise was running around in what looked like her pyjamas. She was banging on the window of one of the house, and there was about 5 people standing on the porch. I thought she was almost going to break the window because she was hitting it so hard. She was screaming, everyone else was yelling, some kids were running out the houses. It literally looked like a scene from one of those Nightmare Neighbour shows on TV where the whole street gets involved. It was literally like something off a TV show. I had no idea what was going on. Me and my mum were just speculating loads of different things, like could someone have been threatened or attacked? Was there a burglary? Was there a crazy murderer on the loose and someone got chased out the house? Honestly, we had no idea. The whole street was ablaze. Even my neighbour next door, he came out the house as well and was on his phone, presumably to the police. And yeah, by this time it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. A police car arrived and 2 police got out of the car. They were searching around the garden for something, and they were also looking at the window, obviously to assess the damage, I'm guessing. But yeah, it was just crazy. My mum ran my sister because my sister lives right next to the house where all the shouting was coming from. And apparently my sister had her headphones in, so she couldn't even hear what was going on. We had to tell her to look out our window because the whole entire street was out. And yeah, by the time I got to bed it was about 4 o'clock in the morning because I had to pack all my camera gear away after all the commotion had subsided. And yeah, a few days had passed and we found out of a neighbour what had happened. I still don't really remember what she said, but apparently the girl that was screaming was kicked out of the house or something, so she was trying to get back in. But this was months ago and she thought she still owned that house or something. I don't actually remember. It was something like that. But yeah, that girl should win an Oscar for acting because she wasn't being attacked or anything. She just screamed blue murder just to get attention. But seriously, she needs an Oscar for that because it literally sounded like she was being murdered. If anyone wants to hire a female actress who is good at screaming and looking like she's scared, then there's a girl in my street, guys. Anyway, guys, we're going to end this video with a bonus behind the scenes photo and video montage. Let's go!
So, yeah guys, that concludes the behind the scenes video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you guys learned a few tips and tricks and also got some answers as to how the thing was filmed. I don't really know how I do it myself. I've got some crazy skills. Sometimes I even scare myself at how good I am at putting together videos. When I first start making a video I'm like, oh, blank canvas, but somehow it just comes together with a lot of hard work and dedication. It just comes together. Hours and hours and hours of editing. Hours and hours of going in streams and getting my socks wet and filming. It was an absolutely crazy feat of editing and filming. I think any filmmaker or YouTuber would struggle to put this video together. But yeah, it was worth it. It's one of those videos that had so much crazy and creative behind the scenes stuff going on that it just needed a behind the scenes video. Or not all of my videos get a behind the scenes video as well, so the coronation vlog is lucky. I speak about the coronation vlog like it's a person. Anyway guys, yeah, rock on, keep being awesome. Oh yeah, and go watch the original video. I've told you once, I'm going to tell you again, please watch the coronation video. Whew. Anyway guys, thanks for watching and goodbye! That's unnecessary. Bye guys. Subscribe to my YouTube channel now, or I'll eat that spoon over there. I'm warning you, I'll eat that spoon. Don't think I'm lying, because I'm not. Please subscribe to my channel. Well, whether you're subscribed or not, I'm gonna eat the spoon anyway. Cheerio guys, spoon eating time.